Carnival Cruise Line is welcoming 2 additional ships to the fleet in 2025. But unlike nearly every new Carnival ship of recent times, the next 2 additions are older ships dating back to the turn of the 21st century. I'm maritime history author and lecturer Chris Frame, and today we're going to look at Carnival's new fleet mates, Carnival Encounter and Carnival Adventure. Both of these ships have been sailing for P&O Cruises, a role that they've had since the end of the COVID pandemic shutdown in 2022. With P&O Cruises in Australia shutting down in March 2025, these 2 109,000 gross ton cruise ships will transfer across to the Carnival brand to continue sailing in Australia. Despite being the newest ships in Australia's P&O fleet, they will be among the oldest ships to wear the Carnival colours. In fact, both ships were originally designed and built for Princess cruises before Princess had even been absorbed into the Carnival Corporation. Both ships are members of the Grand class, built at Fincantieri. Carnival Adventure was the first to enter service. She was ordered in 1998 and entered service for Princess in 2001, where she sailed under the name of Golden Princess. Carnival Encounter entered service the following year in 2002 and was named Star Princess. The 2 ships were heralded as some of the biggest ships in the world at the time and feature many design traits that Princess is famous for. This includes a large and spacious atrium with dining, entertainment venues and lounges hugging the atrium. They both offer multiple swimming pools, ample top deck space and an elevated nightclub at the stern that gives a very unusual appearance. It is this design trait that earned the Grand class the nickname of the shopping trolley. Can you see it? As Star Princess, Carnival Encounter was well known in the Californian market, as the ship pioneered big ship cruising for Princess out of the port of Los Angeles. Too wide to fit through the original locks of the Panama Canal, the ship made the journey to America's west coast by cruising east from Italy, taking in an Indian Ocean and Pacific Ocean transit along the way. As Golden Princess, Carnival Adventure undertook several long-duration voyages, including a world cruise that included calls in Australia and throughout Asia. Both ships were sailing with Princess in 2020, though by this stage had been flagged for transfer to P&O Cruises in Australia. Their large size allowing them to replace the Pacific Dawn, Pacific Eden, Pacific Aria and Pacific Jewel. The COVID pandemic interrupted these plans, with both Golden Princess and Star Princess laid up in 2020. During the global cruise shutdown, Golden Princess and Star Princess were unceremoniously removed from the Princess fleet and transferred to P&O Australia, being renamed Pacific Adventure and Pacific Encounter respectively. Both ships were given large refits before returning to service, to Australianise the interior and align the ships with the updated P&O Australia interior style introduced aboard the retiring Pacific Dawn and Pacific Aria, as well as her sister ship, the Pacific Eden. This included the addition of specialty restaurants Angelo's Italian, Dragon Lady Asian Cuisine, and the Waterfront, P&O's main dining room. The P&O Edge Adventure experience was also added, while Pacific Adventure had her funnel cut down several feet to allow her to pass under the iconic Sydney Harbour Bridge. This is actually a handy way to tell the difference between the 2 ships. Pacific Encounter entered Australian service first, commencing voyages in August 2022 after a triumphant welcome to Sydney. She was only the second cruise ship after the smaller Pacific Explorer to return to Australia. Pacific Encounter later sailed to Brisbane, where she has been home-ported since, with Pacific Adventure entering the Sydney market in October 2022. In 2023, both ships hosted special celebrations of P&O's 90th anniversary of Australian cruising, with politicians, media and special guests invited on board Pacific Adventure in Brisbane and Pacific Encounter in Sydney. Yet despite the celebratory year, things would change dramatically in 2024 when Carnival Corporation announced that P&O would shut up shop down under in 2025. Ultimately, these 2 popular ships will remain in the Australian market, transferring to Carnival Cruise Line in March 2025 as Carnival Adventure and Carnival Encounter. This will make them amongst the oldest ships to cruise for Carnival, though they are still several years younger than Carnival's Sunshine, Elation, Paradise and Sunrise. They will also be unique among the Carnival fleet, in that the Grand class of cruise ships was designed by Princess Cruises well before Carnival merged with P&O Princess, which owned Princess Cruises at the time of the merger in 2003. As such, there is little similarity in the internal design, layout or decor of these ships when compared to the rest of the Carnival fleet. Yet their Australianising for P&O Cruises was highly successful, and I'd argue that these ships both present better in their current internal decor than they did as Princess ships. the P&O specialty restaurants are fantastic, with Dragon Lady especially among the best ship's restaurants I've ever tried. In their new role, both ships are expected to receive Carnival branding. Though I highly doubt they will receive a whale tail funnel, rather expect to see the Carnival colours painted on the existing funnel structure similar to the Carnival Luminosa. Both ships will transfer to Carnival Cruise Line by March of 2025. Are you planning to take a cruise on Carnival Adventure or Carnival Encounter? What are you most looking forward to? Or have you sailed with these ships under their P&O or Princess brands? What do you love about them? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, I hope to see you on board.